So family, one of the main reasons why I think you're here today is you want to see my lip demo. It's a signature lip that I've created for the beautiful Lindsay Davis, an anchor at ABC News. And I've been doing it for a while now on her. And I've always gotten like great compliments. She has as well, and we talk about it, the compliments that she receives and that I get on my work for doing it. But the night of the election, the phone was going off, and it was so sweet. I was like, wow. And so a lot of it was, what is that lip combination? What did you do on her? Can I get the product? So it was really sweet. And I said, you know what, Ed, during our production meeting, I said, I can't negate that. That was a monumental night all the way around. Let me demonstrate to the Sip and Shop family how I create Lindsay Davis's lips. Nice. What I've been doing, but specifically for some reason that night, you really saw it, I guess, under those lights for the election coverage. So here we are. So what I start off first with is I try to keep everything simple to not overwhelm myself, specifically because I don't have a lot of time. So I have everything, my makeup setup is strategically laid out in the exact order that I'm reaching for my products. I'm not all over the place and doing all that, because to me that's too jumblesome and time consuming. So everything is streamlined right down the line. So one of the end parts of it is the lip section. And so I start off, as I've already done. My lips have been outlined and completely filled in with Cameo, which is one of our new lip pencils. So if you see, I could have gone just like this. It kind of looks like a stain of a lip color, and that's fine. Like, you could just wear the lip color on its own. It's all good. Again, it's Cameo, a new lip pencil. I outline the lip first and then fill it in. So for Lindsay, that night, this is what I did. You know, very light. I'm not like like going on. I'm just filling in because she has like a nice, soft, even lip. She doesn't have discoloration in her lips, so it makes it easy for me to move swiftly. If you are someone that has discoloration, you definitely want to fill in the lip. Why? Because it will give a nice even base for you to work with, so it doesn't look spotty in the end. You want it to just look nice and even all over the lips. So again, I don't have to do much on Lindsay, and I didn't have to do much on myself because I don't have discoloration either on my lips. But the tip is, if you do, you want to make sure you really get an even coating of Cameo first, outline your lip, and then fill it in completely so it looks even. It's a nice even base. Then you move on to your second lip liner. Yes, a second lip liner. Most times it's just one, but for Lindsay in this case, I use two, because what I'm trying to do is create a kind of dimension, and it's very soft and it's very subtle, but it does make a difference under the studio lights. What it will do is make your lip appear to be fuller than what it actually is. And it's done in two spots. The first, when I'm working on my clients, I always work so stage left. For her, it would be her left side, my right? I always start on that side for her. That's just what I normally do with each client, on that side, so I can get my bearings on the upper lip to create the bow. So I create the bow on one side, and then I do the same thing on the other side on the top. But check out how far I go. So let me get my mirror as well. The lip pencil that I'm using this time, first you use Cameo. Now I'm using a special brown, and that is the walnut. Okay? So it's not just any brown. It's like kind of a warm, woody brown. So don't play yourself and go, well, I'll just take any old brown. No, don't do it, girl. You need to get walnut. It's the two together. That's just, you know, the way to do it. It's walnut and the Cameo combined together. It's not just any old brown. So this time I'm going right on the line, the top line of Cameo. I'm not going further out because I don't need for it to be too big, too full. I'm going right on the lip line of my work of what I've done with Cameo. So you can see, I'll reach in, it's right there. So I'm just going right over it with walnut. Eddie, any questions or anything?
Not so far. Besides Cindy, she just loves the lip color in your eyes.
Thank you. I really didn't do anything on my eyes. It's just my brows are done. I don't have any shadow on or anything today. Just lashes. So I want you to see, I'm not doing a heavy hand. Okay? Because I did the work already with Cameo, I don't have to do much. That's about it. So most times I would say, most always, I say take the lip liner from the bow all the way out. Not this time. This is different. What I've done on one side, I need to do on the other. Thank you, Cindy, for that compliment. So I have to make it even on the other side. If you have any questions or comments, come on. Okay, I gotta make them even.
Steady hand.
It's practice. Any of you can do it. Okay, so here we go. So it's like a quarter of the way. How about that? So if you have to do it in measurements, you say from the bow out a quarter of the way. Then there's a reason, my people, your camouflage brush. Normally I would say, oh, take your duo brush, the fat head, but I'm giving it to you the way I do it on Lindsay Davis. So if I'm doing it, then I have to be true to the deal. And I always use the camouflage brush on her to start to feather out. So this is what I do. This is what I do. A mess. I take the brush and it's like a sponge, like just, you know what I mean? Kind of like a paintbrush. So it's kind of bouncy and cushiony. The tail end first. I start right in here and I start to blend the two together. That's it. So I just took the tail end, that quarter tail end of walnut, and I blended it right into Cameo. Same thing on the other side. Very light. Just, So your depth, let me make sure this is even. I'm such a stickler, but you gotta be, right? Yeah, that looks good. Okay. Yeah. That looks good. All right. So just blend the tail in again. Okay. So the depth then stays right in here without it looking like a line, without it looking too heavy-handed, right? The reason why I keep putting the emphasis on don't play yourself and try to get another brown and think you can do this is because the two colors marry together. The Cameo and the walnut marry together in a way that they bleed seamlessly into each other. So the reason for the camouflage brush is to just bleed down the tail end. But here, this would have been fine. I could just rock out like this. If I said, Eddie, I'm gonna take me for a little cocktail, be like, okay, babe. And I'm good like this if I wanted to, but let's go a step further. So this is the other part that I do for Lindsay. Remember I said it's in the parts. So that's your top part there. And then your bottom is the center of the bottom lip. the line. So you're going right on the line. You're not going outside, which in this case would drop the bottom lip down too much. You are going right on the line, which will then lift the lip and create the illusion of a fuller bottom lip. So you tip back so you can see, and I'm aiming for right in here. That's it. So you're looking at a quarter of a line right in the center. So you have all of this still open and all of this still open. There's a reason. Okay, so that's it for walnut. Thank you, walnut. Thank you so much. Thank you, cameo. A mess. So you take your camouflage brush again, and you do the same thing. You go right on, you tip back so you can see it, and you go right on the outer line, and you press. You slightly press it so it bleeds out. And then you just kind of go over it gently. So you just kind of like, you know, I like this alone. I never really did it on myself because I always do it on Lindsay. But I like this alone by itself. This is cute. Okay? So it's just creating the illusion of a fuller bottom, like the focus then becomes here. And then the focus opens up right in here, okay? So you can see. But then you go for your humdinger, which is your Liberate lip gloss. Now, you know what was interesting about this? That night, I had some people say, oh, it looks pink. Which pink gloss? And it's not that. This is a bronzy gloss. Let me show you on my hand. By nature, this is a bronzy gloss. See how pretty that is? But it depends on the lights. On the set, there are some pink lights, right? And where Lindsay sits, they're not going to flush her out with like white light. So she has like shades of pink lights on. So it just depends on where the angle is coming from. It will make it look as if it's a shade of pink, but it's not. It's like in the bronzy family. But honestly, y'all, I've been doing this combination on her. I don't know how long. I've been doing it since like GMA. It's been a while. It's been quite some time. And it's funny how things will look different under different lights and different clothes depending on what you have on. So, you know, but if you know me, you know that whenever I use a gloss, I'll say, always use the gloss with a lip brush. Take it out of the tube, especially if you are wearing a lipstick. But in this case, I'm doing lip pencil, and that's different. Because the lip pencil adheres to your skin in a completely different way than a lipstick would. Lipstick will transfer color immediately, and that color will go back into your tube, which can then change the consistency, the texture of your product, your lip gloss product, and you don't want that. You want it to stay in its natural state. So this is the moment where I'm going against that, and I always just take it straight from the tube. I clean it, and I always start on Lindsay's bottom lip first. And I go just like this in the center. And again, the only reason why I'm doing it directly is because there's no lip pencil transfer onto the brush, so I'm good. Then I go back in again. This is exactly how I do it on her, y'all. And then I always start on her right side, stage right for her, which is her left side. And I go the top. Let me get my mirror again. The top, which is the bow. And I start down first, and then I gently bring it up to the top. Over, and I'm pressing. Pressing because I want the coverage, and I don't want to swipe off my work. Especially with that pretty marriage between cameo and walnut at the top of my lips. So I go all the way up on our on the top. And then for her, at the top, I bring it out, like just press all the way into the corner. So if you notice, I just did the bottom for her, but I did the top all the way up, and I pressed it all the way out. Then you do the same thing on the other side. You take your product, you clean it off. The reason why I clean it off is because you have more control. I don't want to goop up her lip. You know, she's doing news, she's anchoring. I can't have her with, you know, her lips looking too wet, right? So I have to have more control. So this is it. This is what I do. So I press it. Can you see that? I press it. And then I bring it up to the top, over walnut, and over cameo, where it was blended together. Ooh, that is so pretty. And then I just keep going all the way in the corner. Okay. So the reason I do it like this is because I know, yeah. This is pretty. So when she first gets out there, I know that at some point her lips are going to do this. I know that. So it saves me the time from having to go in the corner here, just in case for, like, you know, angle reasons on the bottom lip. And it still gives the emphasis, the fullness on that bottom lip. That's what's important. So when you see her on the set, her lips look like pow, wow. And I'm telling you that this is going to last you such a long time. This and the 2 lip pencils, it's all 3 together, plus this last product, that gives Lindsay's lips that professional, clean, but the appearance of the fullness, right? It's the appearance of the fullness. Now, if you're someone that already has really full lips, what I would say to you is, with the walnut, you can take it all the way around if you feel to. If you feel like, oh, okay, then I can just like bring the lip shape down a little bit. I don't need to emphasize my lips because they're already beautiful and juicy already. Then you can take the walnut lip pencil and go your bow first, and then take it all the way out in the corner. Bow first, all the way out. Bottom, take it out. But then you're going to take your camouflage brush that you're not going to get away from blending, and you're going to blend all the way around, right? All the way around with it. Then you move into your Liberate. And then finally, to top it all off, no one goes on set after Andrea B. Fairweather Bailey does their makeup or their grooming without the setting spray. It's Lindsay, Diane Sawyer, TJ Holmes. It doesn't matter who it is. Who else, Eddie? I mean, I'm a blank. Everyone, right? Even my husband, when Eddie does his press photo shoots or television work, I'm hit. Okay, yeah, right. I don't know about beat, but he's groomed down. He's groomed down, and he gets this. So you know, it's this, and you just away from the face about so, and 2 pumps. Cool, refreshing mist that allows your grooming, your makeup to set. Here I am coughing. To set in place, to feel like it's breathing. And everyone always tells me, daggone girl, what was that you used on my skin? Andrea, so-and-so, somebody else may be doing their face. Get Andrea's setting spray and put it on so my face can last. I'm telling you, this sucker works. And what's lovely about it is that it's a cool, refreshing mist. But I think what my favorite part is the aftermath, that the skin feels like it can actually breathe. And especially when a man tells you, sis, that thing is like the bomb. I know it is. So, and I want you to know it too. So this is your last part. So you start with Cameo, you move on to Walnut, you use your camouflage brush to blend, you take your Liberate gloss, and then you set everything with your setting spray. And that's how you get the Lindsay Davis Signature Lip, created by moi.